So today I'm going to be showing you a rental unit that I have, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys 2 ways to be able to monetize your home. Stay tuned. So I'm here inside my rental unit, and this is a 4-bedroom apartment. Now I'm going to point out to you in this video how we actually able to monetize this property and get more than what the average. Now the going rate for this apartment in this particular area, which is a 4-bedroom, 1-bath property, is roughly in the neighborhood of $2,200. Now the way we're able to increase our monthly income is by actually renting rooms with this particular unit. Because as you can see, there's a long hallway that connects the rooms on this particular level. And then when you go upstairs through that door, that's another level which has a living room area or a lounge area, and then leads you into a large bedroom. So generally with this particular unit, we would either rent it out to a private buyer, or we may do Section 8. And I'll share with you that when we actually go the latter, which is Section 8, we get much more for it. So if we're going to rent out to a private person, bedroom number 1, which is the smallest one here, we would probably rent this out, particularly in this particular area, we can rent this out for $500. Bedroom number 2, which is this one here, that can be rented out for $650. Bedroom number 3, which is the last room there on the left, that can be rented out for between $650 and $680. So that means that on this level alone, just counting these 3 rooms, the $500, the $650, and the $650 to $680, we're already at upwards of $1,800 on this particular level alone. So now when we go upstairs, we're able to see that this is a much larger space that actually gives them not only like a lounge area, but it also gives them an additional bedroom. And the going rate for this particular space would be much more. With this bedroom and the lounge area that's on this particular floor, we would probably rent this out for about $800. So that brings a grand total with the first floor, or the second level rather, and this particular floor, we're going to be looking at a unit which had market rent going for about $2,200. We're looking at a grand total of anywhere between $2,600 and $2,700 for this particular apartment. Now again, sometimes this varies depending on the tenants that we get. Sometimes they want to actually pay more, believe it or not, especially when you're doing rooms. And most times when we're doing rooms, we actually get long-term people. These are not short-term, like an Airbnb. So here are 2 ways to be able to monetize your home. Do you have a single-family home? Do you have a condo? Do you have an apartment? Do you have a property that seems to not be able to yield you anything, and you're currently in need? You need the property to be able to give back to you. And these are 2 out of the 24 that I've included in the Foreclosure Hacks course. So as I shared, I have many strategies with this, but these 2 are the ones that I want to share in this particular video. Number 1 is mindset. Yes. So I've shared this with many of my foreclosure people over the years, people that I've helped out of foreclosure and helped get loan modifications. And I can tell you that sometimes what we have is right under our nose. We just don't see it. And we don't open our eyes to be able to see the opportunities around. And sometimes we don't see the possibility because we look at it as we bought this property this way. It was bought for this particular purpose. How can we actually see anything differently? When you bring someone in like me, who's an expert, I'm able to go into spaces and see what you can't. So like, for example, my wife is a self-taught, amazing interior designer. She can go into a space and see what I can't see. She can go into a space and see what most people can't see and design more out of that space, something beautiful out of that space where I wouldn't have been able to see that. So it's the same thing. When I look at real estate, and I'm looking at problem solving, I'm looking at dealing with monetizing my properties, whether it's properties that we own or my clients' properties, you have to actually change your mindset. So number 1 would be what I shared earlier regarding how to actually change the use of a property or change the use of what is intended for. Not that you're going to change it altogether, but you're just going to tweak it. So you're going to actually start to look at opportunities that may be available. So of course, most of us know about, renting out Airbnb, subleasing. We know about those things. And what I wanted to do is share with you that you have to tweak your mindset as to your space. There are many hacks, and there are many ways to be able to monetize the inside of your property. We have many ways that we monetize the inside, and also the outside, and also the surface of the property. Many of them. And we share that like I shared. You can click the link in below to be able to get more details in the Foreclosure Hacks course. But your mindset has to change when you're in the trouble, because you want to make sure that you can actually see everything that can help you while you're in the problem. So I remember one of our clients who may be watching had a property in Long Island. And basically this property he's had for a long time, and the bank, he tried to get a loan modification several times. They denied him. And so he, contacted us, and we actually started to look at his situation, and we analyzed it. Now, I've never been to the property, I've never driven out, but he sent me pictures, and I was able to analyze the property. I was able to see what he sent, the layout of his house, the yard, everything. And we came up with a solution. And we came up with something that was able to not only fix and reverse his situation, but it also got him a loan modification on better terms with his bank. So that's how important this is, to be able to understand the strategy of mindset. You have to shift your mindset. If you bought a single family home and you're living in that property with your family, you have to actually make tweaks and start to shift your thinking and be open-minded, so that when we approach you or we are going to give you a solution as to how to actually solve this issue to generate more income, you're open to that. Sometimes it's a matter of making a change with just one room. It's sometimes a matter of making a change with a shift of how the layout of a floor is temporarily. It doesn't have to be any permanent changes, but it can be temporarily for the meantime while we're moving through the dilemma or whatever problem we're trying to solve to get more money. One of the things I go in depth with my VIP clients and my VIP students is I teach on variances. And that's a whole different topic for a whole different video, but I just wanted to share with you that we are specialists in changing the use of a particular property, and you need to shift your mindset to be able to do that. The second thing that you want to be able to focus on when it comes to monetizing your properties, and that is your expenses. Now, it goes without saying, most landlords and multifamily owners are akin to this, because they know that they need to be able to lessen their expenses. So for example, let's say you own a rental unit and you're paying the water. You're a landlord that actually is responsible for the water. Well, you want to make sure that you're actually keeping your expenses as low as possible, because other people are using the water. And many times when people are not paying for something, they really don't care, especially if you have a tenant that's not considerate. So one of the things that you could do is with your toilets, for example, you can put in an extra large flapper to make sure that the valve is not leaking, to make sure that there's not water that's constantly running, because as water runs, your meter is moving. It doesn't realize, or it doesn't factor whether or not it's a trickle or not. Your meter is constantly running, and that can actually turn your water bill into a nightmare for you. And you want to try to see how you can avoid that. So knowing how to monetize your home can do many things for you. It can help you get your entire forbearance amount that you need to pay the bank. It can also help you get your entire reinstatement amount that you need to pay the bank if you've fallen behind in foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, prior to a pandemic or prior to a crisis. It can actually position you better without having all that weight and that strain of you having to do the heavy lifting. You're having the property also help you do the heavy lifting. And we can also show you how to actually not only monetize your home from the inside, but also the outside of the home. You can actually monetize your property and keep the property and use portion of the property to pay off the property, but you don't even have a mortgage. So I can share with you that that's something that I actually have shown in detail in the Foreclosure Hacks course. And I'd like to share more with you of these hacks and these keys that we've used behind the scenes to be able to help people kind of maneuver and make sure that they avoid the problem and the snag of pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, having to actually not have the money to pay, whether it's a forbearance or a loan modification, just taking the stress off of them and putting the control in their hands. So I look forward to sharing many more things with you guys as we go along. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment below. You can also email me, askrindenow@gmail.com. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.